So, good day, dobar dan, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at central Bosnia, central Sarajevo, and look at all the beauties out today. Look at these selfie girls, yeah? And today I'm here with my Bosnian wingman, extraordinaire. I don't know if, do you want to appear on camera?
All right.
Yeah? This is the dream team right here. This is the dream team right here.
We just did first approach of the day.
Yeah.
And we already got instant results.
Instant results. Date with two girls from very beautiful girls.
That turned out better than we expected.
Yeah, already set up. This is the benefit of having a daytime guy with a local guy. Perfect combo. It worked perfectly. So yeah, that was really awesome. And we're just going to do a little bit of sightseeing. We'll just walk down past the mosque. And you know what? I want to talk about the theme of social proof, which you just mentioned there, because I think that's a really good theme. So we were just talking about it afterwards, and I said can I'll give you a pseudonym. I'm going to call you I don't know. I'll call you SB. Me and SB were just talking, and basically what I said was the approach we just did. I just went to open these two, and if I was alone, let's get the mosque in the background here. If I was alone, I'd have just done the open, given them a compliment, had a bit of chit chat. They were actually really responsive, and I'd have probably stayed in for a couple of minutes, and that'd have been my warm-up, first set of the day, basically. But because we were together, I felt chilled to stay in longer, and then you could kind of come in and take over. So we were just talking about social proof, because we're two guys together. We just kind of look like two cool guys, as opposed to me going out solo or him going out solo.
Exactly.
You're fighting more of an uphill battle in that case. How did you feel being alongside a mate, while you're doing like an approach like that in the day?
Sorry, come again?
How did you feel being in the daytime, doing an approach like that, where you've got a friend alongside you? You mentioned you've not really done much in the day before.
Yeah.
Did it feel like a normal nighttime
thing? We were just talking before, like I've never done much of the cold approach before. But we just did this one unexpectedly, just spontaneously. As we were walking down the street, we saw these two hot girls, and you decided to do approach, and then I just followed. We were just chatting up the girls, and it just turned out better than I expected. I didn't really expect that it's gonna turn this good. We actually have a date set up for tonight already.
We've got a date, we've got the club,
right now
we've got everything sorted.
It's 3 o'clock, but tonight at 8 o'clock we have the date. So that's I'm actually just excited. I'm stumbling a little bit with my words, because
well, you were
I'm still impressed how it turned out.
Yeah, you were able to come in. So
I think the main thing is that it was because it was a group of two of us that it really added to this sort of vibe or openness of the girls, so to speak. Yeah, I think that's the main point of this.
It also, I felt a lot better the fact I was alongside someone as well, and and obviously you can speak the language as well.
Yeah, so I interject a little bit with my own language, because the girls are also local like I am, and a little bit of this and that combined, it seemed to work really well.
Yeah. We'll carry on walking. Carry on walking. But yeah, it's when you don't have to carry the whole thing as one guy. You've got a mate with you who's also good, and he can also speak the language as well. It just makes life a lot easier. So it was quite enjoyable, pleasant conversation, So now we're just going to cruise around this little market area a little bit. I'll come back in when we get inside the little zouk area, and maybe show you a few trinkets. But yeah, that's just the story of the day so far. Is me and SB 1 for 1. One approach, one date set up with 2 absolute babes. So yeah, sorted. Yeah. I'll explain later. Let's get some trinkets in here as well. So we just came into the market just to get a little bit of, to get warm basically for a minute. It's bitingly cold out there. This is what we need. We need the fur coats. The girls here love fur coats. This is real wolf fur. Boys, boys, boys. Let me just show you the church here. Christmas decor is out. And me and SB just been for a bit of dinner, a bit of a debrief for the day in this lovely little cafe in central Sarajevo. We've been serenaded here by a guitarist. And well, let's walk and talk towards the. We're gonna head to a club now. Where are we heading? Schlager.
I think it's called Schlager.
Have you got the map?
I do.
Let's
check it out.
Izvinite, excuse me. Do you girls know where Schlager is?
Schlager.
Yeah, a club called Schlager. Down, yes. It's good?
Yes.
Yeah?
7-8 minutes walk,
Yes.
right? Cool, thanks.
Right, we're gonna head to the club tonight. But there's a couple of things in relation to the relationship theme of this channel that I think would be quite interesting for us to have just a quick debrief on. So the girls who met earlier, it was a brilliant interaction, and it actually was. It was quite long as well. And exchange of details. And they're planning to come out with us, but they have not appeared yet.
They flaked.
They're flaked. So Republic of Flakistan. So for me, that's completely par for the course. I don't even care at all. In the sense of like, I just want to put this in the bin actually. Just for me, like that's why you do a session. That's why you go out and do like 7-8 approaches, get 4 or 5 numbers, and probably 1 or 2 of them might come through.
Yeah.
What's been your experience in like nightlife and stuff like that? And because it's a different thing. The daytime, you think, oh, they're not drunk. You know, it's been an actual real interaction. Surely they're gonna come out. You know?
I was convinced they were up for it for sure. From the interaction we had with them, but yeah, it's a classic flake now that we have with these girls. I don't know what to make of it. I guess it's what can we say?
For me, it's honestly expected. Not that I expected them to flake, but I was just like, yeah, they might come out, they might not.
Yeah.
So the teaching point here is, well, for you, does that make you question our interaction? The fact that they didn't come out?
Not actually, not really. I think we did really good, but it's just a female part that they just don't feel any accountability or responsibility, even though they said that they are accepting our invitation to go to the club tonight.
Yeah.
But it's not first time that I actually
cross it. Yeah.
I experienced flakes from the girls.
See, for me, I see it in a. I'll just explain how I see, like something like that is, I don't see it in any negative at all, because I've done like, I don't know how many approaches this year. I've probably done 50 approaches in Sarajevo. So, but just in this year, I've done so many. I just know how it works, and then plus nightlife is so many, right? I actually see it as they're probably not going to come out to see us unless they're in an 8 or 9 out of 10. Oh, I really want to see those guys. That doesn't mean that they didn't actually like everything about it. It doesn't mean that they didn't find us attractive. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't have sat and they wouldn't have walked with us, spoken to us for that amount of time. So it's basically like, let's say there's a pair of trainers you like. You go into the shop, you try them on, and you just kind of like, I don't know if I'm ready to spend 200 marks or 300 marks on it. That's where they are. They're like, they like it, but they're just not quite sold, which is fine. We might have been able to stay with them for longer. Like, we actually probably could have, to be honest, but
We could have, yeah.
we kind of bailed actually on them.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And so this is another thing with cold
We were
approach.
sort of rushing. I guess we were in a mood to do more approaches,
Yeah.
but we ended up not approaching anymore
Yeah.
for the day. So
Yep. So we were just kind of hanging out really for most of the day. But that's, to me, that's just a good. It's always a reminder. And actually, the phase I need to remind myself to go into now is, I had this the other day with the Moroccan girl. Is fuck getting a number. Try and, as soon as you meet them, try and progress it as far as you possibly can, including taking them home, pulling them, whatever. That doesn't mean that's going to happen. But like, once you're actually in with a girl you're really attracted to, burn it to the fucking ground. Like, I actually think, especially in Europe, just getting a number, there's not enough purchase. Sometimes it comes through and sometimes it doesn't. But I think if you push it far, let's say those girls, and let's say we went to the cafe with them. If we'd taken them to the cafe, which I think they probably would have agreed to,
yeah.
and then there's another step, and there's another step, and then by the time we know it, we might have spent 2-3 hours with them. They're definitely gonna, once you cross a certain time threshold, they're gonna meet up with you. That's been my experience in Belgrade. The girls that met up with me, most of those approaches were like 45 minutes, mostly. In fact, all of them. So that's something I'm still learning. So yeah, I just take it as it was a really positive interaction. It was nice to have a wing with me, and for SB as well.
So basically, more invested they are during conversation, there is more chance that you end up either pulling or for something more to happen.
You never know. You can bump into a girl, and in 2 minutes, it can be a train crash, and in 2 minutes you get a number, and then it turns out you go out with her. That can happen. But my experience has been that generally the longer the better, because then you actually start to get to know. It's almost like you have the first date already.
Yeah.
As opposed to really, we kind of just had a very good introduction. And they enjoyed it, they enjoyed the flattery. SB was a little bit skeptical on giving compliments, because I understand why, because there's a lot of, kind of received wisdom. You don't want to gas the girl's ego up so much, and
That's my approach for sure.
Yeah, which I get, because I was in that phase, especially with nightlife in the UK. Unfortunately, it's quite a toxic thing, and so that might be something like for you. It's just like we were talking about it in daytime. If you don't compliment, it's kind of like, why are you there? You've got nothing else to go on other than you're beautiful, I like you. Let's talk. There's really nothing else to say to them, and then you just go from there. If you try and come in on a cool angle, just like, hey, there's just nothing you can say, right? So you kind of have to lead with a compliment.
Yeah.
And then the other thing as well, this is a really good debrief actually. The other thing as well, we only did, it wasn't even an approach. It was just like a girl. Actually, when SB went to buy a hat, I saw a girl walking into a shop, and I was like, oh god, I like the look of her. And I didn't follow her in and approach her, but I saw her later on when we were sat at the cafe on the bottom floor. And we were basically just having a chat, just talking about life and everything, and checking out babes, checking out a few cougars who were rolling through. And it was a pretty good view today, to be honest. And one of the girl that I'd seen earlier on going to the sports hub, like kind of blonde hair, like young, like kind of looks a bit savage, but like very pretty as well. A bit like the Game of Thrones type of chick, but not as fit as that, but like a bit of that vibe. And she passed through. We were sat down.
The one with the curly hair.
The one with the curly hair, yeah. And I basically I shouted to her. I used a bit of Serbian actually. Did you notice? I said, "We need to."
Yeah.
I just shouted to her, and she kind of stopped. I said, "Hey, you come here," and I just said, "You look absolutely incredible. I saw you in the shop earlier on." And she was a bit confused. I was like, "Do you speak English?" Yeah. I said, "Yeah. I'm just saying you look amazing, or you look whatever." And then her friends, we had a brief maybe 30-40 second interaction, right? And then you were talking to her a little bit as well.
The thing I like about that situation actually, that the rest of the friends, her girlfriends, kind of left her with us.
Yep.
And it's in a way like a green light for us to keep going on.
Yep.
To keep talking to her.
Yep.
Without any interruptions from her friends. So that's the part I liked.
Yep.
Also.
Yeah, so that's another good aspect of daytime approach is it's very civilized. The girls don't have to worry that these guys are, you know, we look like two good guys, so the girls are comfortable.
It's definitely a thing of the social proof as well. I can tell for sure.
And I think you said as well, like it was a new thing for you to experience. Oh, you can be inside, sat down in a cafe, and you can just shout at a girl to stop and say, "Come here."
Yeah. For sure.
What did you? It's only a very small moment, you know. We've not done too much today.
Yeah.
But what did you make of that little moment where you can just go, "Stop, come here"?
Yeah, it took me by surprise at that moment for sure, and something I haven't experienced firsthand myself. I've seen it in the videos before, in the pickup artist videos, but not in the first-hand situation.
And it's quite easy, right?
It was really simple, easy, and kind of. It was a different thing for me to experience for sure. New situation, for sure.
Yeah. And did you think the girl? Because my impression, I looked at her in the eyes and I was like, she's enjoying this.
Yeah. You can tell that she was totally relaxed with us.
Yeah, her eyes lit up a bit. I think she liked the compliment, and maybe she liked being in the center of attention. But you know, we're surrounded by people at the time, like in the middle of a mall in Sarajevo, and it was really no problems at all. It was really no problems. I think it's also, as we said earlier, it's so much better when you're in a two. Like for me, I've got more validation. I just look much more normal when I'm alongside a friend, and the same for SB as well.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something for guys. I think like maybe entourage guys as well.
Probably the biggest takeaway from this.
Yeah. To try actually.
Social proof of two guys going together.
It's dangerous. Yeah. Maybe it's probably an angle. Try actually doing your approaches in twos, especially if there's more than one girl. So yeah, it's been like more of a chill day today, but we have done a little bit of an approach, and we've arrived at the club now. So I'll do a little video when we're inside, and that'll round off this particular video. Let's see what's going on inside this here.
Yeah, let's check this out.
We're open till 5 a.m. I don't think we're gonna make it till 5, but I'll do some footage inside. Peace, love, Joseski and SB here in Sarajevo. Wow. Is that the bridge where World War II started?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's one of these, isn't it?
Could be.
It's either that one or the next one.
Could be.
Bloody Serbians.
Ok, quindi Anastasia non dovendo un cazzo di mano. Però cosa succede? C'è Erika Zannitti, l'altra contemporanea. Lei ha 22 anni è in affitto cabina, cioè non ha il suo studio, paga il centro estetico 600 al mese per la cabina. Lei non la conosce nessuno, non se la paga nessuno, ma lei con quello che arriva da noi fa 12k al mese. Anastasia, 12k al mese netti, non li